amazing Friday. Stay with me today. Good morning, friends. Today is my third day of Route 66 adventure. Day number 3. I woke up very fresh in Kirkwood and already on the road again. I started and asked myself again, Oksana, do you have a fear? And no fear still, but a lot of curiosity and the spirit of adventure. I have noticed how the landscape has changed. It's a very scenic road with hills, turns, and dense vegetation. It's good, it's not busy on the road, and I can just enjoy my riding. My destination for today, I don't have any idea. So stay with me and explore the Missouri. Why I started to ride? I'm the type of person who always wanted to feel the freedom of riding. 4 wheels move the body. 2 wheels move the soul. That's explain everything. I completed my BRC1 class a couple of years ago. I remember that at first everything was very bad for me. It just didn't work out at all. While practicing the riding, even the instructor came to me and told me that I had no chance of passing the exam. Really? There is no chance? Are you kidding me? I got so angry that I pulled myself together and said, well, no, I'm a good driver and I can pass the motorcycle exam. I was with my friend at the course. I'm very grateful for the help, support, and the faith in me. It's very important to have a supportive person around, and it seems that wings are growing behind the back. The next day, I successfully passed the exam, and now I'm on Route 66 because the best therapy is a long ride on your motorcycle. My first quick stop is in the Pacific. Okay, so this is Red Cedar Inn. It used to be cafe and motel, and it started to serve people, travelers, since 1934. Now it's closed, of course, but there is a gift shop and visitor center. Cooling in the gift shop. Unfortunately, I cannot buy any souvenirs due to the lack of the space in my backpack. So just trying on a hat with Road 66 label on it. In my last video, I mentioned that drivers in Missouri are crazy. Today on the road, a scary situation happened to me. I was terrified and shaking with fear and tension. But after, not during the situation. After I was shaking, when everything was ended. It was a road with one way in each direction. I was alone, riding at the speed of 55 miles, and I noticed a white semi-truck approaching me from the opposite direction. Then suddenly, this truck moved into my lane. Then it returned to his lane. Then he moved to my lane again and stayed there. I got so scared. I said to myself, okay, Oksana, count 1, 2, and if on the number 3 he doesn't move back to his line, you move. I started to count 1, 2, and right in front of me he moved back. He was so close to my bike that I could see his eyes through the window. I was relieved, but in a couple of minutes I noticed him again, and this time he was chasing me and got so close to my bike. I was very scared, but at the same time I did not panic, and I was controlling the situation. I continued riding with the same speed, not doing any rapid movements, and was patiently waiting for a moment to stop safely. The nightmare continued for 5 minutes, and finally I found a busy and a safe spot to stop. In no matter what is happening, you have to always be able to control the situation and emotions. To control emotions, I would say this is the most difficult part of a self-transformation journey. But every day is a learning process. I'm approaching the Missouri Route 66 State Park. I think I need a break, and I need to think whether I want to continue riding today or spend a day doing some activities. On my way further, there is a Meramec Caverns. The place was commercially opened in 1935, and here there are a lot of activities to do. At the parking lot, there is a small monument dedicated to gold miners. You can do a zip line also here and rent a canoe or to explore the cave. Yesterday is a day of adventure. Something happened today. Kind of coming down. I wanted to take a tour and to explore caverns, but I don't know if I'm in the mood of that right now. So I'm at Meramec Caverns, and it's huge cave here, and you can explore a cave with a tour guide. The group just left, and I just don't want to wait an extra 40 minutes for the next tour, so probably next time. I feel that I'm not ready to ride, and I decided to have a boat tour. I think I will enjoy a relaxing, history-filled, half-hour-long excursion on the Meramec River aboard a canopy-topped riverboat. I hope I will come down and be ready for an adventure day. I'm the only passenger of this boat. Going to have some fun. And this is my captain for today. I am the master of my fate, and I'm the captain of my boat. While ups and downs are a part of everyone's journey, how you face it makes you the person you want to become. Some more me? Okay. I'm feeling like I am traveling in the jungle, somewhere in Amazonian river. After spending 3 hours in Caverns, I am on the road again. I feel better and confident. I am passing through some small towns, still in Missouri, and I guess I will not reach Kansas today. And I am still waiting for the moment when I will face the fear that I'm already far away from my home and completely alone. Still no feeling like that, and still having fun and courage to proceed. A quick stop in the town Bourbon, which has a slogan, "Make our bourbon your bourbon." As for me, I don't drink and ride. So for me, right now, a non-alcoholic sangria, and I'm happy for today. Continue riding. Sometimes you're riding and nothing to show, but in this segment of the road, there are plenty places to stop and show. Cuba is on my way, which has a nickname Mural City thanks to more than a dozen outdoor artworks through the town.
nowhere. The city of Cuba. Wagonville Motel, I'm sorry. Hey guys, when I was a kid, I loved the chocolate Wagonville, and now I'm in the city of Cuba, and it used to be a historical motel on the road 66. I cannot believe I'm here, and this is the same picture that I remember on Wagonville. There were three flavors, uh, three colors: red, blue, and yellow. Red is with jam, classic is blue, and yellow with honey. Do you remember that? Okay, look how many minutes I need to get everything done, get everything packed.
Another interesting spot here is a chair. Dare to climb? It's more than 40 feet tall. This is actually the spot where I met my fellow riders from Madagascar for the first time. And also here is a general store where I found some cute souvenirs, together forever, some signs, and of course, being inside of the store is an escape from the heat and a chance to taste a famous soda again. So, in the last video, I was speaking about my business and my professional burnout. I managed to recover from loss of the business after separation with my business partner. Then it was a really successful year of 2019, and then, the pandemic. The pandemic completely placed the travel business upside down. Huge tour operator companies received great fundings. Hotel chain, airlines received financial help. Companies like mine were lucky to receive the funds in the amount of $1,000. The borders were closed, people stopped traveling, and customers who purchased tours in advance started to demand the funds back. My obligations were huge, as well as the obligations of my competitors. And I had three options to consider. The first one, and the easiest one, shut the company and go bankrupt and try to start something new. The second one, do the rebranding like my main competitor did. They changed the website, the phone numbers, and left their customers without tours and money. And the third one, I chose the third one. I personally spoke with each client and assured that all cancelled tours would be conducted, and in some cases the funds would be returned. The level of stress was tremendous, but I managed to conduct 99% of tours, and by the end of 2021, I was almost free of obligations. And again, To Be America Corp became one of the leading company in the North America in the sector of group tours for Russian-speaking people. It was the second time when I faced with huge crisis, and I managed to restart things and to recreate business. I believe that every person has a choice of action. You can take anything from the person except one thing. A person chooses his attitude by himself in any given set of circumstances. I chose to listen to my heart, and that's why I took a high road. At the same time, when stressful situations in business were mounting, I faced with severe health condition. And I remember one night when I was speaking with my now technical husband, explaining the health situation with tears in eyes, he asked me one question, and that moment started to be the beginning of the end of our family. The question was, what are you going to do? I actually needed a huge amount of money for my surgery. Remember, it is the pandemic and no travel business at all. I was left alone with huge obligations and health issues. And I had my son who needed a healthy mom, and I promised him that I would do everything in order to be alive. I took off my crown and I started to do things that I would never consider that I would do. Nothing illegal though, but it was a highly intensive job that helped me to solve my health issues I needed to resolve. And when I received a message from my doctor with good news, I deeply and truly understood that during my hardest time, I was alone, trying to figure out the things. And that was the first time when I took off my wedding ring. I solved all problems by myself. I once again restarted my business, and again 2021 was a tremendously successful year with hopes, expectations, and I went further. I invested money into the purchasing of the buses. And at that moment, I didn't know that the war between Russia and Ukraine is coming. But it would be another story to tell. As for personal life, all the problems start with people stop talking and communicating if a love exists in the family. If there is no love, it doesn't matter how many hours you spend talking to each other, it's useless. My technical husband, you didn't want to speak to me when I needed it most, and now I will speak to you. One of the greatest discoveries a person makes, one of their great surprises, is to find that they can do what they were afraid they couldn't do. In the 1920s, a journalist asked Thomas Edison how it felt to fail 1,000 times in his attempt to invent the incandescent light bulb. He replied, I didn't fail 1,000 times. The light bulb was an invention with 1,000 steps. Edison failed so many times before he arrived at the solution that forever changed the world. The brothers Wilbury and Orville Wright had been bullied and teased for years and years for daring to believe in the possibility of a vehicle that would fly. Henry Ford was a debtor who filed bankruptcy twice. He had the first and the second and the third chance to relaunch the company, and finally he got succeeded. Henry Ford installs the first moving assembly line for the mass production of the entire automobile in 1913. Take the second chance, take the fifth chance, but do not give up, and build the life you have always dreamed about. Now I know that if you are serious about changing a life, you will find a way. If you are not, you will find an excuse. And one more thing to tell here. It's very important who surrounds us. I believe that we stop living when the weak wins over the strong. When stupidity prevails over intelligence, we become the ones we live with. If a partner drinks, then you start drinking too. If the partner likes jazz, then you start loving jazz. If he watches Friends over and over, then you start watching it over and over. And strong, intelligent people are defeated. They lose confidence and they stop living and believing in themselves. And here is the point when a person loses the interest for the life. But a life is either a daring adventure or nothing. To keep our faces toward change and behave like free spirits in the presence of fate is strength undefeatable. I arrived to St. Roberts in Missouri for a night where I am enjoying a very delicious steak salad, exploring a colorful plaza with signs of places I have already visited and a lot of places to see in the near future. And of course, I'm spending a great time in the local souvenir store motivating myself and you now with uplifting quotes. Without deviation from the norm, progress is not possible. Frank Zappa. Good night, friends, and see you soon.